Hi, I'm Warren, and this is my partner Sandra. We've got a 7-year-old boy, Fergus, who has the Down syndrome, and we just want to talk about some of the experiences we have and had to have with him.
Probably most recently, you're thinking about when Fergus was coming to school age, and considering options there was a big one for us, and we thought we had a plan in place. It turned out that the school that we originally applied for didn't want Fergus to be part of their school community, and gave us, quite unacceptable, I suppose, reasons as to why he couldn't come to their school, which were just like excuses.
Yep.
So for us it was a big, it was a horrible shock knowing that someone didn't firstly want our child for the first time in our life, and then it was gathering that strength to what we could do about it, so it wasn't going to happen for someone else.
We didn't actually follow through with attending that school. We enrolled Fergus into another school, but we followed a process through with them, making sure they went through training, checking in. Sandra attended a couple of things with them to make sure that they changed the way that they did things. After going through that process, we learned that not to give up, to keep on people's cases, don't accept what a second best, really. Just keep striving for what you believe in and what you want, and do the research behind it as well. That's the main thing. Sandra does a lot of research into different situations that we come across, and I more help support her and come along to some of the meetings and just act as more of a support role than anything. It's more Sandra that knows where to look at things now on the web, and that's part of the biggest challenge is knowing where to look for the information. Once you start doing that, you become more familiar and where to look and what is out there and what you should be striving for, rather than accepting what other people say this is the best that we can do.
It's constantly pushing and tweaking what's happening for Fergus, whatever he may do, at his current school, even activities or whatever, making sure that he is getting looked after and that he's getting, the services he needs, that he gets to be involved in sports activities that are happening inside and outside schools, that people are accepting of him. So I just feel that we're constantly, just about every day of the week, there's something to be emailing someone about, or it sort of feels like.
And it's not that the school is doing anything wrong. There's the school often has the best of intention for Fergus, but what they don't know. And so if we can help them to look at other solutions or other ways of doing things, then we will try and do that. So it's not so much about challenging the system, but it's helping them to help Fergus.
With an understanding, I think, and then working together as a wider team, because it's a wide team that make things happen, for the right reasons. So it's getting everyone on board. Yeah, it's the realisation that there's always going to be ongoing battles. There's always going to be little things that we have to be aware of and onto, I suppose, the whole time. And so I think as parents we just need to accept that's the way it is, but to have that strength, or to have some supports out there, that it's okay. You've just got to be able to not be afraid of knocking on someone's shoulder all the time, or being the squeaky door all the time, just to do it, because it is the only way sometimes that you're going to help people to learn, for it to get better, and for the whole word to sort of share, really, I think. Yeah.
Seek advice from as many people as you can, from the professional organisations. If they don't give you the right answer, or ask them where you can go to get the answer. And if you still don't find a satisfactory answer, just keep on with another organisation or some advisor or whatever you can find.
I think so.
The school now has changed a lot of their processes. the way that they enrol children with disabilities. They meet with them and the parents. And as far as teacher training goes, they're more into being proactive about sending their teachers on training courses to dealing with specifically with children with disabilities. What else?
And just their whole awareness of inclusion, I think, also was a big impact for them. They really didn't understand how they made us feel by sending us a letter with a whole pile of excuses as to why Fergus couldn't go there. They were, came across quite distraught that that actually affected us in such an emotional way. So they certainly went out of their way to work with us and to go through all their documentation, school charters, etc. As you say, training, enrolment process to try and make it better for the future, even though Fergus wasn't going to be going there.
Yeah, they're well aware now of their responsibilities as far as inclusion goes.
I think whenever we've spoken about it in forums or general conversations, especially when it was happening, it certainly, helped people to realise that, hey, they might not be the only people that are feeling like this, and that, good on you for going out there and having a go, because it is a bit of a strength thing. It does take time and energy.
It probably gives, the people that we've talked to about it a bit more confidence, I suppose, to challenge the system. And that's what we would hope anyway, that you just constantly need to challenge the system, and you shouldn't feel that you're going over the top at all. You should just keep going on, because some people and organisations are slow to change, and they need their constant pressure to be able to change for the better.
It does empower you, I think, because like we've sort of said, it's just knowing that that we are there for Fergus, and that it is a matter of just keeping your finger on the pulse and going with your gut feeling, and pushing right to there, not accepting everything that's put at you, because it's not always going to be right, and there will be some other choices out there. So it's just finding support networks around that and talking to people, really, and yeah, quite empowering.
Yeah, even with that, it's still not a bed of roses. You still need to keep on. It does create pressures just within the family situation as well. But you just need to just keep realising and thinking about that end goal of the best for Fergus.
And why we're doing it, for the kids.
Yeah, well, we would hope that in the future, because of what we've done in a small way with one particular school, that the word might get out when they go to different meetings and conferences and things, that it might influence the way that other schools operate and the way that they think and treat people.